Well,
All right.
mine is going to be. I have something to say about Hornstopia.
Yeah, I was just about to say. So when are we making Broforce Squadtopia at the top of the mountain?
Yeah,
With the water slide.
Yeah.
just a few more monkeys, Isma.
Welcome to the kingdom. We are the Broforce Squad podcast, here to give you another world-famous movie commentary on The Emperor's New Groove. We have our movies paused roughly the 10-11 second mark. Movies currently on Netflix. While you guys get caught up with us, let's go around the jungle and meet the bros. As always, I'm your host, Brian Banner. To my left, we have the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Horns, squeak, squeak, squeaker, squeaking, squeak, squeak.
Isma, he says he'd really rather just talk to us. I have to say, guys, look, I love you both to death, but when I find the hill to build Hornstopia on, if it's one of your houses, there is no fucking talking me out of it. I don't care what animal I get turned into. It's happening. Because those hills sing.
I kind of hope you turn into a llama.
Me too.
All right.
Good.
Hold on, I lost my notes. Here we are. All right. And Geiger, to his right, we have our enforcer in the paint, Matthew F. Geiger. Geiger, how would you react if somebody didn't like your spinach puffs?
Probably just like Kronk. I would just do a historical outrage, kind of like my wife does and stuff, and then go to the gym.
Just bro it out for a while, right?
Not gonna lie, I've only seen this movie once, so I barely remember this scene at all. Because you guys.
Or he would just sit.
I did like it.
He would just sit there like Kronk, where he like channels all of his anger into like repetition, like the poison to kill Kuzco. Kuzco's poison. The poison for Kuzco.
But he would still fuck it up somehow. All right, guys. Again, we have our movies paused at roughly the 10-second mark, 11-second mark if you're Banner, because he got drunk and hit play, then pause again. So we're gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Walt Disney Pictures is up. Long ago, somewhere deep in the jungle.
I do like how they Tarantino it here with Spade. He's like, middle of the story. Let's tell you how we got here. Did any of you guys read the book? This is based on The Emperor's New Clothes.
I had no idea it was based on a book.
A short children's book.
Really?
Mhm.
Also, if you guys don't have Netflix, we'll link the DVD below for if you guys want to just rent it or purchase it off Amazon.
I mean, this movie should be in your. It's a sleeper Disney movie, just because there's so many other great Disney movies, but this has to be in your collection.
So I was always aware of it. I just never seen it until you guys said it's on Netflix when you do a commentary on it. And me and my wife watched it. My wife was like, I love this movie.
It's hilarious. Kronk is one of the most bro Disney characters ever.
Well, after you said it's David Spade in like 95, 96, 98-ish or whatever, I was like, okay.
And they really David Spade up the character.
Absolutely. He's great in this.
Now, he's from the Mayan Empire, in case you didn't know. I know some kids that grew up like this.
This was the year 2000, so this was right kind of in the transition of Disney animated going into Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it definitely gets lost in kind of in that era, because obviously we've already had some Toy Stories. We've had, I think Finding Nemo came out around here, maybe a little later. But there's been some Monsters, Inc. was around this time. So there's been some Pixar movies. So this one definitely gets kind of left out because it's past its prime as far as what we typically think Disney animation, Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, shit like that.
And then another rarity for a Disney like normal animated film is not much music. This is the only song in the movie, and it sucks. So they knew they either didn't have like the talent to write music, or that's just not what they wanted it to be. But it's fine. It stands on its own. Did not need music to be successful, because this is the only song like in the film. And I know because I've watched this 6 times the past 2 weeks.
But
So
the
we haven't,
score
I mean,
is
obviously
fine.
made a film, but honestly, don't you think writing a song for the film and writing maybe 6 or 7 songs would be the hardest part of it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
I
think
feel
that'd
like
be
you have to
extremely
write the songs. You have to write the movie around the songs.
Yeah. And Banner, you're our Disney aficionado. I would have to say when I first watched this, I think it was about a month ago when it first hit Netflix. It was very interesting storytelling where they started out where he was the llama and he's like, before you know how I got here, I got to go back there, which I thought was the first time Disney's really ever done that. Like Lion King doesn't start out with Simba being an adult, just smoking weed and be like, dude, let me tell you about when I was just a little cub. This first time Disney did that.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on any of
him
that.
And Timon and Pumbaa just passing the joint around. He's like, bro, I used to be.
I have a story about a king. If you guys want to hear it, like, come on, Timon, we've heard this. No, these guys haven't.
No, it's not the same story. I used to go to this fucking elephant graveyard, bro. I didn't give a fuck. My dad was like, "Don't go." I was like, "Bro, suck it. I'm going."
It's supposed to be haunted, but I'm like, bro, I do CrossFit. Why the fuck do I care? What's a ghost gonna do to me?
Yeah, if it's haunted, I do box jumps. You think I give a shit? No.
Pumbaa's like, what?
These guys' river dance is so fucking great. So Kronk has a sequel movie to this called Kronk's New Groove, which I've never seen, but it's also on Netflix. I'm scared to watch it.
Yeah, it's not worth your time, guys.
Patrick Warburton does return. Oh, this part's hilarious. Let me guess. You have a great personality. This is how I chose my wife.
Rachel?
Mm-hmm. Rachel, if you're listening, we can work this out. We can work this out. We just have to talk. I think these chicks are fine looking. I really don't get Kuzco's issue here.
I like to get to know them, their personalities.
He's kind of like Colt from The Bachelor. I'm like, dude, you're looking for a wife. You need to just be looking for sex.
Pacha. So I'm going to say this. I think Disney has gone to the John Goodman well a few too many times. You got him as in Monsters, Inc. Let's stop.
I think this was before Monsters, Inc., though.
You can't cast him as multiple people.
What year was Monsters, Inc.?
Well, even if it was after this, then they shouldn't have got him for Monsters, Inc., but that was his better role.
It was his better role. I
think Monsters, Inc. was 2003. I could be wrong.
No, that's what I was thinking. So, Monsters, Inc. was actually 2001. So it was back-to-back, because this was 2000.
Oh, well, then that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Geiger can't even defend that.
I'll have to say I thought this was... I liked him in this, but I thought it was a bad use for John Goodman. Just only seeing this once.
Yeah, he's a straight man.
Like anybody else could play this happy-go-lucky, just kind of bumbling idiot. I thought John Goodman could have done something else in this movie or been waited for another movie.
Pacha is kind of annoyingly altruistic. Like, he's almost too nice to where it's like, dude, this guy has to be torturing bugs or something. Like, why is he? Dude, has Kronk ever skipped chess day?
Fuck no, he hasn't.
I love how many jokes they make about Yzma being like 1,000 years old.
She's literally gray.
I bet she's only 32. She just fucking tanned her whole high school and college career.
Got a little carried away with the Botox, is what I'll say. Kronk is just such a simpleton.
Kronk, honestly, man, would be like he'd come on the Broforce squad. He'd love us.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. Squicker, squeaking.
Squicker, squeak.
And he's just running around the jungle with Yzma like in that fucking backpack. It's so ridiculous.
Do you think people would listen to us do an Emperor's New Groove movie commentary if we just talked in Squirrel for like an hour and 15 minutes?
Probably.
I guess the question is, how long would they listen before they're like, is this all they're going to fucking do?
Is this all they're going to do? Like, okay, is this just a bit or is this like the whole fucking thing?
You know that thing where you click ahead like 20 minutes and they're still fucking doing it. Kuzco's like, yeah, you did this again, bitch. What's the problem?
Comment below if you guys want a Emperor's New Groove of us just squeaking and squeakers.
Yeah, we could do one in English and one in squeak, 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 and squeak.
Even Henrik is like, I love you guys, but if you do that, I'll fucking unsubscribe in a heartbeat.
I don't believe you, Henrik.
No touchy.
Do you ever do this whenever a girl's talking to you, you're like, God, she's just so ugly.
Yeah. I do love the way he, slowly lets her down here. The department's being downsized. There's nothing I can do.
But you run the whole fucking country. I know. I wish
there are so many moving parts. I love how he gives it to her on a Post-it note.
I'm more the face.
Yeah, the business side, that's my father. 50 years.
This is honestly an interesting Disney movie, and when I watched it as an adult, of course, because the Emperor's a dick, and usually Disney is trying to teach kids good values. I liked it because I'm a 30-year-old prick, and I thought he was fucking awesome, but I guess he learns humility a little bit.
Yeah, David Spade is great for this role because the sarcasm, like as a kid, you might totally miss it, but you watch it as an adult and you get it totally.
And I think that's something that Disney movies or even just kids movies in general kind of miss these days, is that like movies like this, okay, we're watching it nearly 20 years after it came out. It still holds up. We enjoy it. Kids movies today, like, this is the dumbest thing. It is strictly appealing to the kids. This is not appealing to the kids and their parents. Like, I would take my daughter to go see this in fucking theaters, but the Emoji Movie, you could suck a dick. I'm not letting her anywhere near that shit.
Good. That's just good parenting.
I watched this the first time when I was 30, and I was actually laughing I laughed just as hard. I think this is just as funny as Aladdin, and Aladdin's really funny.
The scene where the squirrel makes the balloon animal in the forest is like a top 10 funniest scene in a Disney movie to me. By the way, Pacha, I don't know, I may be an idiot for not realizing this, but he's wearing a poncho the whole movie. Is that supposed to be a connection I was supposed to make?
Yeah, it's a nickname. His real name's actually Tim Williams.
Ah, Timothy. Pacha is definitely a Bears fan, right?
Absolutely.
Surprised he didn't come in with just a Trubisky jersey on. And like a fucking 6-pack of fat tire.
He's like, well, that settles it. God, I love this part. When I saw this, I was like, this is great.
Dude, how sick would the parties be at Kuzcotopia, though? Like the DJ he would get, he'd have Skrillex or someone.
I don't even know if the Broforce squad can handle a weekend at Kuzcotopia.
No, one night. I could do Friday, but like I would be so hungover Saturday I'd be useless.
We'd be invited though, for sure.
We'd be on the list, definitely.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say Kronk is the bouncer, so of course he'd let us in. He'd hook us up.
He's like trying to fix the house. Like this matters.
It's the only time where Banner would actually comply to dress code because he wouldn't have a shirt on. There's no way you could get a Kuzcotopia with a shirt on.
What is Pacha's hat? Like, I don't really.
It's like a bonnet.
I know I'm getting way ahead of us, but
hey, Jeff, skin cancer is a real fucking thing. Why don't you look it up?
It's the real enemy of this movie. I just thought of the line at the end of the movie where the guard says, "I've been turned to an elephant. Can I go home?" And they're like, "Yeah, does anyone else need to go home?" And they're all animals are like, "No, we're good."
Oh, fuck.
Kronk is the fucking best, dude. He's just a good employee. Like, his LinkedIn has a bunch of endorsements from his previous employers.
So, Banner, taking off your comment about kids' movies and how back in the day there was something for adult sex, but I'll say other thing about kids' movies back in the 90s, particularly Disney movies, the third or fourth character was a fan favorite. You even think about Sebastian and the Crab, or Timon and Pumbaa,
Cogsworth and Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, or not really Genie, but even a Boo or something.
Boo,
they don't have that in kids' movies either. Even with Kronk, he's like, dude, he's like the fourth character, but he's fucking great. He's a scene stealer.
It's crazy because like when I thought of this movie, I hadn't seen it, prior to my binge the past few weeks, but I hadn't seen it in probably a decade. He was the first thing I remembered.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even remember that David Spade was the main character in it.
Why do we even have that lever?
I love this. They
go to alligator every time they drag the alligator in. He's like, "Fuck again."
Like, God damn it.
It's a water slide into their secret lair. Kronk has his hands up, like, "Woo! Let's do it."
Kronk gets into the scientist outfit too, even though he clearly cannot.
Dude, I would like to see Kronk be the Bachelor. That would be a fucking thing to watch.
Oh my god.
It's like, I'm really into you, I don't know. I don't know if I'm into you.
Something about the kid. When Kronk starts cooking, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but I'm remembering all the great moments of this. When Kronk becomes the cook at that restaurant because the guy quits and he gets way too into it.
Yeah.
He knows all the lingo and the
He's like, "Can I add cheese?" Like, "Yeah, but I'll have to charge you extra." That's fine.
We upcharge for that shit. You can't just have avocado on your burger.
If people get word that we're not charging for avocado, we'll get put out of business.
This is completely off topic. Horns, I think I sent you this the other day, but that meme where the guy said, we're having jabacado and toast for dinner, that shit cracked me up.
That was funny. Kronk, this is good because he has the plan to start with a light salad. Yeah, soup and a salad. Dude, I would eat a Kronk cooked meal any day of the week.
That's the thing. Kronk, honestly, he's a catch for any good-looking chick. He's good-looking. He's in shape. He can cook. He follows direction very well.
He's loyal to a fault.
What else do you need?
Dude, he is. He would walk around with a chick that's like probably a 12, but she'd probably be the biggest bitch in the world. But that'd be cool because Kronk doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Then Kuzco will be dead before dessert, Kronk goes, which is going to be a shame.
Yeah, that's going to be really
delicious. Dude, I wonder if online anyone has a recipe for Kronk spinach puffs.
I love Kuzco too. He's like, yeah, I just fired her and ruined her life, but she's going to invite me over to dinner because I'm the emperor. I mean, everyone loves me.
Well, she still wants the referral, you know? Yeah. She needs it. You can't burn a bridge if you're Yzma. There's only so many fucking villages.
I love this part where Kronk just keeps fucking up the drink.
And so he just mixes it up and pours it in all 3 glasses. He's like, fuck, I already forgot.
My spinach puffs.
These do look good, too.
Especially
they're baked
for
to
being
a golden brown.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you guys, we try to do these movie commentaries to give you a dynamic, and of course you two have seen it a ton. Me only seeing this once. Literally like 2 months ago, I love this fucking movie. When I first saw it, I thought I'd like it, but I didn't know how much. This is fucking great. Whatever. Oh my god, it was so funny.
He's like he just aims to please Kronk. Like that's his goal. They're hosting.
Yeah.
He's not an animal.
I love how he's wearing the oven mitts the entire time.
Now he's like, fuck.
I wish he had on the apron it said like "kiss the cook" or something.
Yeah, that would
be
incredible.
It would be if he had one of those like those ones that had like the hairy chest guy on it.
Yeah.
Or like the sexy woman or whatever.
He's just thinking on your toes right here. What do you think that drink is? Like a wine?
Probably.
Something like that, yeah. Some sort of ale.
Do you think Kronk ever, a drunken night just kind of was like, well, she's here and I'm too lazy to use my hand?
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Something happened.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, Kronk is the kind of dude that's never happened to him. Worst case scenario, he's going home with an 8.
You did it. Well, they're so easy to bake. No, she's talking about. God, he takes such pride in it. He's such a prideful man, Kronk. I love it. So in the, I haven't seen it, but in Kronk's New Groove, on the picture of it on Netflix, they show the character of Kuzco, but I can only imagine that David Spade did not voice him in the movie. Let me actually look that up.
There's no way he did.
That had to have been straight to DVD, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
More broccoli?
Did that come out the same year as Jafar Gets Glasses?
That's one of the best Family Guy bits. Can I see 2 again?
Yeah.
Probably 2. Kronk has a good point here. I mean, maybe you should think about your label system. Think about relabeling.
That's not Kronk's fault, honestly.
No.
Conspiracy theory, I know Cycly is not here, but that's not on Kronk, dude.
So let me get this straight, Yzma.
He's trying to make fucking cheddar puffs. He doesn't have time for this shit.
You want Kronk to make a 3-course dinner and plan the mastermind killing of Kuzco? I mean,
what is she doing?
Nothing. She would say that she's the brains, right? But we all respect a manager.
3 hours to get ready. I'm like, well, it should take you 6 because you look terrible.
Oh my god, Kronk doing his own theme music. Kronk is Banner, I'm starting to realize.
He has too much shirt on.
When he like hides up against the wall and the guys can clearly see him and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Duh.
Okay, guys, is Yzma's a flat earther, right?
At this time in Mesoamerica, I think a lot of people probably were. Oh my god, I forgot about the devil and angel on Kronk's shoulder.
Yeah.
Those guys are great too. Plus, it's got that sissy string thing. We've been through this before. It's a harp, and you know it.
Jeff, what they should have done instead of Kronk's new groove, they should have made it like current day, and Kronk has a cooking show like Rachel Ray or something.
Dude, I would watch the shit out of that too.
Just give me a Patrick Warburton cooking show, and I'll watch that.
Dude, David Spade came back for Kronk's new groove.
Wow.
He must have needed money.
All right, here's the fuck, dude. We might have to do this too. Don't tempt me because I'm on spring break. Kronk desperately tries to find ways to impress his dad, whom he can never please. But when things go wrong, Kronk kicks into comical gear and discovers the true riches in his life are his friends and being true to your groove.
All right, we're doing this back to back tonight, right?
Everyone's back, and John Goodman's fucking back. Oh my god!
Really?
For a
Was that
straight
in
to
theaters?
DVD?
I don't know, man.
It
But even
wasn't
the
in
chick who plays
theaters.
There's no
Eastman's
way
back.
that was in theaters.
What year did it come out?
2005. It's only an hour and 15 minutes, and you can rent it for $2.99 on Amazon Prime, or it's on Netflix.
Let's link that below too, since everyone's
Jesus.
probably like, "What the fuck is that?"
And the picture in it, he's talking to the chipmunk again, and he has a chipmunk hat on.
Yeah, we're doing that as soon as this is over.
God
Oh
damn
my
it!
god, dude! Everybody's back. Pacha's wife is back.
Dude, Pacha's wife,
She's
she's
a
pregnant, but
famous
she's got it
actress,
going
right?
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Nina from
Wendy Malick.
yeah, she's Nina from fuck. Just
She's-
shoot me.
She's Ryan Reynolds' mom in Waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nina from Just Shoot Me. She's actually a really hot older chick.
Kronk. I can't get enough of him.
He's so
I love when
relatable.
he comes back. He's like, "What the fuck? He can't walk down the stairs."
No,
He's like,
he stepped on
"Kuzco's
the cat.
definitely dead." Where else would he be?
What's your guys' timestamp?
19 minutes 57 seconds.
Yeah, same.
Second.
Same Z's.
Right now, Kuzca just fell into Pacha's little wagon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
was like 30 seconds behind you.
is Pacha cheating on his wife or something? Why was he in the city so long?
No, he was in the
I mean-
city because he got like a
Him
tax
and
summons.
Darla are just friends.
I
They just
work
go out
with
for
her.
drinks and dance together.
Look, if you don't trust me, then what are we doing here? That was my favorite when you put it on her.
If you don't trust me, maybe I'll just stay in the city next time. Okay, can I take the house?
Do you-
Well, let's talk about it.
Do you want to see my phone? Okay, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe you don't trust me.
I can't
That's
believe
sick.
you don't trust me. I
Disgusting.
deleted all the nudes on the fucking 10-day walk here anyway, so check it.
Didn't have service half the time, so I had to go back to the photo gallery. This hill is pretty nice. Although the neighbor keeps violating the HOA. You see how overgrown his trees are?
It's such a fucking joke.
You can't
It's
fucking
You're
do
ridiculous.
supposed
that.
to trim them.
What separates us from the cavemen besides a couple thousand years? His kids are pretty funny too. I did this as a kid too. I would get measured and then 30 minutes later, okay, we can measure me again.
I feel taller, Mom.
Like, I don't think that's how it works. When Yzma and
Oh,
Kronk
she's
come to their
pregnant
house,
again? Give it a rest, John Goodman. Does he just fuck all the time?
keep it in your pants. It's kind of
was-
impressive.
It was margarita night, okay? It was.
Maybe they're Mormons.
Vander, you can attest to this because you're the only one on pod whose wife's been pregnant. But like, can you imagine your wife having like 3 or 4 kids? Like, I see people with like 3 or 4 kids. I'm like,
No.
I've seen women that are pregnant. That's like, I mean, that's a lot of pressure on your body to go through like 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. No.
It's like the second one's out. It's like, all right, I'm putting another one in.
It's not like an easy thing just to get pregnant and push out a kid. It's not, it's not like, oh, I did CrossFit for a week.
Yeah.
What's the line Michael Scott has? Do you
Little
know the
sore.
toll that it takes on a man to have 3 vasectomies?
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
I'm like so fucking stressed about it. Pacha, dude, just be honest with her, bro. She can read it on your face.
His wife
really
looks good though.
He honestly should have sent his wife to talk to Kuzco because this would not have turned. There would be no movie because
he has no backbone.
Right.
Dude, his wife still looks good.
She does.
Even for being 8 months pregnant.
I think they're on. They're getting their healthy proteins and the healthy fats. A lot of avocado, a lot of fish. I gotta go wash something. He's like, mission accomplished. Do you think Pacha has like a Firebird that he just works on the weekends?
I mean, this is just the only thing that's keeping me from going through a midlife crisis is my T-top Firebird, where I can just crank Quiet Riot.
Yeah. And then one day I'll pass it on to my son.
Is that even a word?
Yeah.
He also has an old like Yamaha crotch rocket that
he's also got an old Yamaha Wave Runner that they've never used once, but it was given to him by a friend.
Like,
see, this shit's hilarious.
No, even better.
There's a girl named Maria, which is way sluttier than her mom, but I picked your mom, of course.
She's my angel.
I love this part too, where they skip to see. Disney's never done this before.
They break the fourth wall.
If you would have shown this to me, I would have never guessed. I would have guessed this was a DreamWorks or something than that. I mean, this is way more on the lines of Shrek than Disney.
That's totally me. Like on a Sunday morning, like where am I? Waking up.
Him going John Gruden is pretty funny, where he's like fucking X's and O'ing the. I don't know. You're the criminal mastermind.
There's been nights if I woke up and saw myself in the mirror and I was a llama, I'd be like, yeah, probably. Like I got fucking nuts.
Yep, typical Tuesday.
I still don't know where my credit card is.
You're like, oh, it's pod night. All right.
I had to cancel it because none of the bars claimed that they had it turned in.
It's not in my wallet.
Does a poncho actually keep you warm at all?
It actually does. I actually have one. Surprisingly.
No, not surprisingly. If anyone here would have a poncho, it's definitely you.
No,
Liam
surprisingly,
Neeson said,
it keeps you warm.
Keep your chest warm. Your arms will take care of themselves. Batman Begins.
I would say check out our Batman Begins commentary, but we haven't done one yet. What the fuck?
Honestly, I think about that every time it's cold. I rub my chest because Liam Neeson has never lied to me, ever.
Your arms will take care of themselves. I had a daughter
by
once.
The fire.
A great love. What? Potch is like, well, I'm up here. I might as well scout like for which way I want the pool to face.
So, serious question: where's the sun set and rise? Because I need to be a bronze god by the time I get there.
Because look, some of the skanks I get up here, they're gonna want to take some Instagram photos with that sunset, and I really just want the color palettes to even out.
Yeah, it's a social media
not a
thing.
monster.
You understand.
Although he knows about Yzma's secret lab, it's like, who the fuck are you hiding it from? This movie
would be way funnier if it came out now, where you could actually like reference Instagram, have like Instagram models up there and shit. Like,
I know.
So funny.
The great thing about this movie, I don't mind Kuzco and Pacha, but anytime Kronk's not on the screen, I'm like, can we just get to Kronk, please?
Guys, on a serious note, if they remade this into a live action,
how would they do that?
I don't know how they would do that.
Well, Guy, first off, bring in my boy Jon Favreau. He can take care of it.
So who would Will Smith be?
Pacha, but he'd be blue.
No, I feel like Kronk would be The Rock. They would ruin him.
I was about to say that.
They would ruin him, but that's who they would. That's exactly who they would cast.
I don't know. I think The Rock would do really well at that.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't really hate The Rock. I just don't want people to make me like him, if that makes sense.
Who would be Yzma? You know, it'd be hilarious if they did like Betty White.
Michelle Pfeiffer could be a good Yzma.
I could see that.
I mean, David Spade would play himself, I think.
Well, yeah, right. He's still
with his facial hair now, he kind of looks like a llama.
Honestly, John Goodman could play this live action also.
Yeah.
I could see Jeff Bridges as Pacha.
I think he's. I mean, I could see it, but I don't think he would be the best. Because I don't think he would play it as like dry. I think he would try and like funny it up a little bit.
He would do his little like twang accent.
Yeah,
that he,
yeah.
If you woke up tomorrow and you're a llama, like that would suck. But if you woke up tomorrow and you're a lion, would you just be like, all right, I guess this is the rest of my life? Would you be cool with it?
Yeah, there would be no further steps to be taken.
Or like a monkey?
No,
I wouldn't mind being a monkey.
Let me ask you this: as a llama, do I still have bills to pay?
I mean, you got standard llama life. I don't think you're. Oh God, the squirrel's here. He's offering you a fucking nut, dude.
This isn't the best squirrel scene ever in a Disney movie, though.
What is?
Sword in the Stone.
Wow, deep cut.
Wow.
Do you guys know the scene I'm talking about? Because whenever they turn into a squirrel, and that squirrel loves him, and he's like, "I'm not a squirrel, I'm a boy." Like, quit hitting. Do you remember that?
This is my favorite scene in the movie. I have not seen Sword of the Stone since I was probably like 5, but
wow.
Check it out. David Spade's reaction here is something I would definitely do. This is how a Pats fan would react. Rub it in his face. Fuck you.
You don't think Tom Brady is a great fucking Joe Montana? That fucking douche? Wow.
And then the Panthers wake up. Who the fuck said that? There's one of them with like a Celtics
jacket. He won every Super Bowl. Yeah, that's because he didn't go to fucking 8. If he would have went to Moy, he would have lost.
It's sheer numbers game, bruh.
It's harder to get to him.
Vader, the animation here is something different too. Like it's a variation on what Disney had even done with their classic stuff.
Yeah.
Like didn't they call these like leopards or something?
I think they're panthers, but I could be wrong.
Jaguars, maybe?
They called them like leopards or cheetahs, which I thought was weird because they look like panthers.
Interesting. How would that vine support Pacha? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's a husky vine.
Yeah, it's extra husky. It's the relax fit vine.
This is once they fall in the water again. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's kind of what I do.
That's way ahead of it.
But when they fall in the water, that scene where Kuzco, like right before they go over the waterfall, that's a pretty famous GIF on the old Instagram or the Twitters.
What? Bring it on.
Yeah, sharp rocks at the bottom, most likely. Bring it on.
See, that's the only thing I remember from this movie was that because it was in the trailer before. I don't know what Disney movie because. Back in the day, kids, when you watch VHSs, unless you do the exact tracking thing, you had to watch every preview. So there was movies that I would watch now. I'm like, I've seen this movie, and I'd realize I've never seen it. It was just on a Disney preview.
Yeah, because they would advertise for their own shit, obviously, before.
Yeah. I think this was before Tarzan banner, actually, because I had that VHS.
No, Tarzan. Yeah, it probably was. Tarzan was 99.
And he cries as he yells, "Booyah!" Rest in peace, Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott definitely listens to our pod in heaven.
See, would you have just let Kuzco die here?
I mean, I'm a fucked up individual, so probably.
I wouldn't let anyone die, especially he's the king, so you'd think he'd maybe pardon you, or the pharaoh, or whatever, the emperor, or whatever, but he'd probably pardon you. I mean, I wouldn't let him die.
I think Pacha did use some tongue here, though, is where the problem really arises.
God, llama breath has to stink.
His tongue just shooting out of his mouth. I would give him one of those Trident gums real quick.
Okay, gargling. I'll tell you, man, David Spade has to be up there. I have to say, he has to be up there with Robin Williams. He has to be up there with Jeremy Irons as voice actors in Disney movies. He is fantastic in this.
He's really good. Because he can put so much of himself in it.
Yeah.
Like this sarcastic smartass, it's perfect in this role.
I would say of anyone else right on the top of my head that could maybe even play this role, because this is basically David Spade at his best. I would say if they did this today, like Ryan Reynolds would be good at this because he has that smart ass kind of. But anyone else, maybe Chris Pratt, maybe, but I don't know who else could do this.
It's kind of crazy how much I've cooled on Chris Pratt recently.
Have you seen The Kid yet?
No, I'm going to though.
I've heard it's got really bad reviews, but I'm probably gonna see it.
Really? Fuck. Yeah, I'll probably see that next couple of days.
I've heard it's just really, I don't know, like, I don't really trust Hollywood's version or their views on westerns, but I just hear it's really kind of out of place, I guess.
Dude, Pacha rocking the white tee. I mean, that's classic. That's me around the house. Probably has a chili stain on it that's like not quite coming out, despite how many times he's washed it.
It's like I still remember when I got this Pizza Hut night with the kids.
Got it at a team building exercise in '96.
Really
I wish there was, that restaurant they go to is like the Mesoamerican version of a TGI Fridays.
Yeah, pretty much.
It sounds awesome though.
Half price margs pretty much every night. So you're like, so is this just the price?
Half price margs, days that end in Y.
Got to take advantage of that.
Here is me and Nate Thurman's one of our favorite scenes around the campfire. It's not a Western though, so.
Or Ninja Turtles. Check out that movie commentary.
Yeah, or Ninja Turtles. Did we do the first one?
Yeah, we haven't done the third one.
Okay, we did the second. Okay, yeah.
But we should do the third and the fourth.
I love this. Kuzma's awake.
Right.
Kronk's
Kronk is
like so
clearly
upset.
the most upset too. He ain't getting any deader.
God, so good.
Yeah.
This is what would happen if one of us died on the Pro Force
I was
squad. Like, we'd do
literally
like a
just about to
5-minute
say that.
apology, and it would be like, well, okay, well, time's have to go on, you know?
Be like, well, Geiger's dead, but this is what he would have wanted. Give everything to Banner.
And while I'm in lower heaven, I'd be like, no, actually not. I would wish the pod would stop. What if I'm not there? So. They need to make a in Disney World or Disneyland, they need to make like a Kronk restaurant that's like really chef like.
Yeah, it's got
forward
spinach
crazy
puffs
food.
and either that or they make a Kronk restaurant that is literally just like drunk food, like super greasy, like breakfast food that you eat at 3 in the morning when you're done at the bar.
I'd almost want it to be like a higher class, like you'd have to wear like a button-up shirt to get in, kind of like
Right.
nice,
Yeah.
like
Like you have to have a tie, otherwise your reservation gets canceled.
yeah, it's like almost a joke of like fancy restaurants. It would have like maybe Applebee's prices and stuff, but you'd have to dress up to go. I think that'd be hilarious.
They serve like burgers or like a shitty overcooked sirloin. This kid is great.
Brian and I are going to review Captain Marvel, but also not
God, it's. Remember being a kid and having nightmares?
It's the worst.
Now I'll have a nightmare and I'll wake up and I'll just scratch myself and go back to sleep or try to. I'm like, nothing's more scary than my actual life and having to work paying bills. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'll wake up and be like, huh, that was interesting, and then literally roll over and go back to sleep.
Like you're a little chilly 'cause I'm not wearing pants.
Ugh. The bats. Here, this is is this coming up? No, this isn't quite yet.
I do love his white tee though.
Right.
This is just, Sunday. Bears are playing here in a couple hours.
Yep. Just got done shoveling the walk.
I love his character development though, because he's trying to be good, and then he's a dick, but then he's trying. Like
He's trying to be good, but he doesn't know how. Like he literally has no idea what he's doing.
He's like, look, I'm never gonna be like totally not a dick. So if that's what we're hoping for, like it's not gonna happen. It's a pipe dream.
You just need to know what the best version of me is, not the best version.
Do you think when Kuzco was with all those other llamas, do you think maybe he hooked up with one of them?
I mean, he probably when you have lemons, you have sex with llamas. The saying goes.
I love when you quote scripture.
Beautiful.
I'm sure he did. Why not?
Because even if the llama comes out years later, who are they gonna believe? Her or the fucking emperor?
Okay, let me
Worst
ask you,
case scenario, he
let me
got
ask
an
you guys,
over the
if
pants
you're
hand
born
job.
tomorrow, if you wake up tomorrow and you're an animal,
Job.
and the animal that you're an animal of wants to have sex, wouldn't you try it? I just want to be curious, be like, is this going to be better or worse than human sex?
Look, I always say try anything twice. So yeah, I would be in.
You do say that. How much would a hoof job hurt, though?
Depends if they lube it up or not.
God, Kuzco, you fucking sly dog. Part of me kind of wants them to make like an alternate reality movie, just because the parties at Kuzcotopia would be so banging.
It would honestly give me like a Jersey Shore style show about Kuzcotopia. I'm so in on that shit.
That would be fucking awesome.
I would love the 30 for 30 on Kuzcotopia whenever Kuzco's like, yeah, I contracted AIDS. I just lived too hard. I mean, what do you want from me? There's women around me all the time. What am I supposed to do? Say no?
I want Kronk to be like, yeah, I use steroids, but squeaking, so.
It's like Kronk just uses like broken English with squeakers, kind of like how like people that know Spanish intermingle Spanish and English. They're like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, squeaker, squeaker, squeaker. But then like, Mama, what are you talking about, squeaker, squeakers?
Well, it's like at
Kronk's in
home.
Congress, and he's like, have you used steroids? He just keeps using squirrel speak. Like, please speak like a human.
Kronk's like, my children are going to grow up fluent in both squeaking and English as well. These suspension bridges in movies, is there ever a scene where they walk across them and they don't break?
Well, me and Nate Thurman can attest to this. Every time we drive a golf cart over a bridge, we're always like, this is going to break because we've seen too many fucking Disney movies.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to break. We're going to follow the bottom.
Either
What you do is
that, or there's going to be somebody at the other end that's hacking at it with a machete.
So
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
look down, someone tells you not to look down, then you keep walking and then it breaks. That's usually the order of operations.
Why
These
would
two
they
should
make
go.
bridges of wood? I mean, can't you make bridges of concrete? Isn't it cheaper? Isn't concrete probably cheaper than nice wood nowadays?
I think Kuzco wanted to spend the Mayans' money on something else. This is great teamwork we're about to see right here.
Well,
We should do
Kuzco's
this-
like, it doesn't go with, the theme I'm doing in this country, so.
when he goes, you did that on purpose. It's like the most David Spade. So whiny.
Could we do this?
I think so.
I don't think I could.
We should do this at the next Bro 4 Squad retreat. It's just great team building.
No, none of us could ever stand up by the time we got to this part.
I know, and every time we fell, Cycly would just sue all of us. So, I don't think it'd be that fun.
We would be pretty fucking broke, actually.
Like, we would be eaten by these crocodiles so fucking fast. Look, we're moving. Honestly, I like David Spade better as a voice actor than an actor.
Why doesn't he do more roles like
I don't
this?
know.
Like more.
What has he done? Like, what's he doing right
He
now?
did that
don't know.
weird Netflix movie like Father. Or
Oh yeah, I did.
Father
I
of
heard.
Mine that was really fucking. Basically played Joe Dirt, but as an adult. At least that's what it looked like. I didn't actually watch it. I'll be honest with you, which is crazy coming from me.
There's a lot of people that hate David Spade, and I can see why.
I think. He's
However,
fine,
as a Saturday Night Live kid, I loved him in that. And you could say he was second fiddle to Chris Farley, which is fine. I mean, Chris Farley was a god. But, man, he was great in Just Shoot Me. He was great in Joe Dirt. I mean, he was great in a lot of movies. And he's a great actor. He's a one-trick pony. But he's great
really
in this
fucking
too.
good at what he does, though.
But dude,
Yeah.
you get him with like a good ensemble cast.
Yeah.
He is a great role player or a great second dude. Like I don't think he can carry the ball all day, but he is a awesome second in command.
I don't know, man. In Joe Dirt, he carried the ball. He was great in that.
Yeah, that was really good writing though. And maybe he wrote
Which is
it.
weird because that role is so unlike anything else he's ever done, and it just works so well.
So Dickie Roberts' childhood star. I never
Ugh.
saw that. I think that's
gross.
horrible.
He was in Hotel Transylvania as a voice actor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
his buddy
love the Hotel
Sandler.
Transylvania movies. I think they're hilarious.
Benchwarmers, which is
isn't it?
all just second grade act.
Awful.
That movie's terrible. Black Sheep, he was good. He was in Grandma's Boy.
Oh, he's the waiter at that restaurant they go to.
Shiloh. Wasn't that his name that they made fun of?
I
Okay,
think
can't
so.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost and Found. If you haven't seen that, it's a really hot English actress, and he finds her dog, but he doesn't tell her right away, so he can get to know her and try to look for it. That's actually a kind of good movie.
I'm looking it up right now because when you said hot English actress, I was like, go on.
Yeah, I'm in.
It's
We're
not
getting-
Elizabeth Hurley, it's something else.
Lost
It's
in-
weird. He's only in the movies I thought he was in. Most of the time, I'm like, oh, I forgot he's in that, but nothing.
Are you sure it's called Lost and Found?
I'm looking at it right now. Lost and Found, 1999.
It's not
Oh,
on IMDb.
Here we go.
How do you spell it? Is anything spelled weird?
Yzma is literally
Huh?
talking to a microphone, and she's on Kronk's back.
This is like a new level of Kronk. This is Kronk fit, is what it is. He has
This
that
is
hat
probably
on.
my favorite scene when Kronk's running through the jungle with her on his back.
It's so great.
Because he's staying in shape and they're accomplishing their mission. Look at those guns on Kronk. I forgot about the scene where
Sprawling harbor.
they go camping and he has like the smallest fucking tent over him.
Kronk loves it too, dude. He's getting a good tan. Like, this is a pretty fun little trip for him.
Everyone's winning.
Kronk loves his job.
He's a company man.
She's not the easiest person to get close to.
We're doing it again. We're actually watching
know,
the
I
movie.
know.
This is one of the best scenes in this movie, for sure.
He's talking to a fucking squirrel. It's not the easiest. Like, he's confiding in this squirrel that he just met.
Does she have breast cancer? Or
It
like,
doesn't
why is
always
her
have
dress
to-
so low?
It doesn't always have to be about you. I cannot get enough Kronk. His hat is like a tent. What the fuck is that? Dude, how serious do you think Kronk took intramural sports in college?
Way more serious than I did.
Did he probably rip the sleeves off of the t-shirts they used? Him and the squirrel have a great relationship.
Jaguars.
You think
Brutal.
when he read this script, he's like, "Yeah, I could totally play this. This is fucking great."
Dude, picture Kronk as your wingman at the bar.
You're never leaving alone.
I love this, how he backs the squirrel up right away. He's like, we're going to need a little more space, all right, bitch? The chick who plays Yzma...
Squeaking.
Squeaker or squeaking. Gary, you might remember this. The chick who plays Yzma played Catwoman in the Adam West Batman show.
Oh wow. So Banner, I haven't seen Frozen, but does Frozen have this type of dynamic in it, where like the third or fourth actor or actress is actually
No, because
like,
that would
funny?
be Josh Gad's Olaf,
No.
unfortunately.
Okay. No. Okay.
This is great.
Hyper
too.
specific, no
Okay,
llamas.
this
Like,
might be the best scene.
Yeah.
This might be the best scene right here.
Because this is where Kronk... If we were doing our Bro Force Squad review, this would be my best scene.
Yeah.
Kronk taking over as the chef.
This
And the
this
chef
waitress-
just
Bruce
fucking-
takes it way too seriously. It's
The
so
chef
good.
just up and quits because like he's getting too many specific requests. Bless you for coming out in public.
This waitress reminds me. Have you guys seen Atlantis?
Yes.
Another
Can I get
underrated
Daddy
Disney
with some
movie.
coffee?
She reminds me of the PA announcer on the ship.
I don't remember her.
I recently watched that one too. Forgot to mention it on the most recent episode.
Can I say one thing with you guys maybe tagging in? But I can only enjoy breakfast at a diner if the waitress talks like this.
Yeah,
and
she
you know
smokes a
that
pack
she's
a
been
day.
fucked like so many times and it's a smoking bar. God, the eggs and bacon taste way better there.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Here's your eggs and bacon, honey.
Yeah.
You want some more coffee, doll?
In a Goofy movie, the waitress sounds like that, and she brings out Max's eggs, and he's not paying attention. She goes, eggs, eggs, eggs. Oh, sorry, over here.
God.
I love how Jim Crow laws are still in effect in Mesoamerica because they wouldn't allow llamas in.
Dude gives him a thumbs up. He's like, yeah, man, this is the hottest chick in here, so.
Fuck yeah, bro. Good for you. I bet Kronk recommended this place.
This is great.
I heard on Yelp this place is great. They got a new chef.
Yeah, it's got 3.5 out of 5.
She bends the fork. Let me get you another one there. He can chat anyone up.
Wrestled you in high school. I don't remember that. Metal Shop.
I was usually in the back because of my weak ankles. What the fuck does that mean?
How much of that do you think was ad-libbed or how much was actually wrote?
God. I hope all of it was ad-libbed.
If you could make like a 24 to 32-year-old laugh who watches like R-rated movies, then you're doing something right, Disney. This is fucking great.
Because Kronk is just like so relatable, dude. Like this is a guy I would love to hang out with in real life.
Is there a more relatable character ever? Honestly.
I mean,
he's always just walking with his head high. He's like, oh, do. What's your policy on making special food?
And he quits. He's like, you know what? This is fine. Let me spin this.
Is there nothing better in a cartoon, too, when they pack their suitcase in 2 seconds and be like, I'm done?
He put a fucking toaster and
it's
an
like
alarm
7
clock
feet
in
high.
it.
He's like, I can do this.
Kronk's like, this is what I've been praying for every night. This is my time to shine.
3 orcers wearing pants.
Oh my god, I just fucking love this. Like, this is why I watch movies.
This is so great.
He knows where everything is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
I'll have to charge you extra.
I could bacon a lobster.
He's asking the other specialties. He's like, you want cheese with that?
Kind of busy here.
Kind of busy here.
I work here now. All right, this is my life.
They have a great.
This is how every woman feels with her man all the time. When we're like, this is important to me. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing fucking ever. Why don't you pay attention to me?
Mid-pie, check. He's so cool with the order changes.
John Taffer would love him. Kronk is an all-star.
Cheddar Spuds,
you should make him general manager.
Make up your mind. He was way more patient than I would be.
Make my potatoes a salad.
You know this food is delicious, too.
For sure it's delicious.
Oh, God, I know. It's kind of making me hungry, actually.
I'm so hungry right now.
Dude, someone should start, or at one of the Disney theme parks, they should have a Kronk's restaurant.
We actually talked about that when you were taking a piss.
Yeah, we've already talked about this. It needs to be an upscale restaurant, but it needs to have Applebee's prices. Like, you have to wear a shirt and tie, but it's like, I mean, it's upscale stuff, but it's really cheap.
And then do a birthday. Look at all the candles, because she's 1,000
years old. It's your birthday? I didn't even know.
And you didn't tell me? These movies been through so much.
Hands down, best scene in the movie. I don't even think it's fucking close, actually.
No, it's really not. The scene at the only other funniest quote is when the guy says, "I've been turned into an elephant. Can I go home?"
Yeah, that's a quote though, not an entire scene. Like,
and then she grants it and then asks if anyone else also needs to tap out.
The fucking rabbit's like, nah, I mean, I'm good.
I just realized that Kuzco has his poncho on.
Yeah, because they were disguising him as a woman.
This shit's getting pretty serious.
Because llamas aren't allowed in the restaurant.
That's like wearing your boyfriend's starter jacket in high school.
That's a big time, man. Like, they're serious. He gave her his class ring.
And everyone knows they're going steady. You can't even hide it.
They've been caught necking in the parking lot.
Ew.
She's wearing a fucking sombrero, and he has a birthday hat on, carrying a piece of cake and a fucking llama.
Yeah, they got it to go.
Back.
You're not gonna leave it.
It's not even your birthday.
Dude, I wonder if those things are real, like where you can get like a buff dude to just carry you around the forest.
I like to believe that it is.
I was thinking if when my wife watched this, she's like, "Wonder if that's a thing, and you could do that whenever you're like carrying me around, like if I play golf or something." I'm like, "Yeah, maybe that'd be kind of cool."
Yeah, I doubt it though, so don't even look on Amazon because I doubt it.
So this is when he starts like feeling bad about being a douchebag, right?
Yeah, now this is the start of the third act. Now we got to start to tie together all these character development pieces.
Which honestly none of us care about.
I would have to say the only reason I wouldn't compare this to Aladdin or Lion King, this is a pretty simple story.
It's very simple.
It is.
There's some character development a little bit, but it all kind of just ties right into everything.
It's just tight. They keep it tight.
And it's only an hour 19 minutes with credits.
Like this
Super
could be
short.
like
And the sequel's even shorter.
like the Aladdin like the Aladdin TV show. Like this could have been an episode, like this basic story. That's how simple it is. However, the writing is just fucking phenomenal.
It's like a risk reward when you have a movie short. Oh, this tent is fucking hilarious. Like, what is even? Of course, he has a tent here.
Yeah, he's got like these full,
I
And the
never
ted-
noticed
full
that.
body
It's like
fucking
tent.
PJs on.
And the teddy bear has the same hat that he does. Why does he have to stake this tent down too? It's like
There could be wind.
the peasant at the diner. He didn't pay his bill.
Oh shit!
That's
this is great.
fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh my god, dude!
Tiger already brought this up, but we need to follow through. Like we got to put Kronk in the Bro Force Squad Hall of Fame, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
If for nothing else, because of the devil and the angel that pop up on his shoulder, the one that can do like the fucking handstand push-ups. Like, no, actually, he has a point. It's like, what's that got to do with anything? Isma, Jesus.
He didn't pay his tab.
And he goes right back to sleep. Like that's what wakes Kronk up in the middle of the night.
He's just a good, moral, sound person.
I mean, honestly, though, we all want to be like Kronk because if you're just a simpleton and don't care about anything, life is just so much more fun.
It's
So
yeah, 'cause
easy.
You don't realize the things that should upset you.
Yeah.
This is where he's like, I think I could fuck a llama.
He probably tried.
If push comes to shove, I could dick one down.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
What's even his pickup line? Like, how does he start hitting on a llama? You know, I'm actually the emperor, but I don't really want people here to judge me for that. I just want to be another guy.
It suck to eat grass.
Yeah, it would be the worst.
Most people smoke it.
So just eat a plain salad for a week and then just tell me how that is.
Pacha, almost forgiving. Actually, not almost. Definitely forgiving to a fault.
That's the only thing I didn't like about John Goodman's character. Just too goody-goody.
That's
Where
it.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, this is almost taking away from the story.
Yeah, he's too altruistic. Like, it's like, dude, no one like this actually. And again, I'm not acting like this has to be grounded in reality, but like, no one like that is actually a real person. And if they are, then the world's taking advantage of them at every
Is Kronk a real person? Because I want to meet that motherfucker.
Yeah, if he is, again, I want to see Kronk in college playing intramural sports.
I still want to see a movie about Kronk's cooking show.
The only other person I can see them casting as Kronk other than The Rock is Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh, he would be
That'd
a
be
good
pretty
Kronk.
good.
Welcome back to Kronk's Cooking Show. Today we're making our famous cheddar spuds. Bring the camera in tight, please.
We actually
I think Momoa could do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, Momo could
You saw him on
definitely do it.
Saturday Night Live.
We just need to tweet at Disney and say, hey, if you guys are gonna keep making these shitty live action movies, you guys need to do Emperor's New Groove.
I mean, this one would work pretty well as a live action, I feel like.
It would work really well.
Only women can do this, where they're drinking tea together and acting like they like each other, but they really fucking
They both hate each other.
Kronk is doing fucking shit. Jump
We
rope.
got a
Playing
few more
double
monkeys, Yzma. God, he's just a man of so many talents.
So good. So fucking good.
The dude is fucking incredible, man.
He's never been a stranger.
Wrestled you in high school. Help me out here.
Do you imagine whenever they're in meetings talking
Metal
about the
Shop?
characters of this, and whoever wrote Kronk is like, dude, wait until you hear about this, because this guy's going to make the movie.
Well, luckily they listened to the feedback. They're like, dude, let's give him the sequel. Because all the same characters are in it.
But without Kronk, though, this movie, we
It's
wouldn't be
not
doing a
that good.
commentary on
Fuck
it.
Hell
no,
no. I would not be I mean, it'd be fine, I guess.
I
I
mean, we'd
could
be like,
care
oh, David
less.
Spade was kind of funny in it.
I could care
Yeah.
less about this if Kronk wasn't in it.
Because there's really only two comedic characters. Because Goodman, oh, look at this. He ties the other end of the wall. It's genius. Just a few more monkeys, Yzma. Because there's really only two comedic characters, Kuzco and Kronk, because the others all play as straight men, really.
The voice actor for Kronk, too, makes it even that much more
Oh my
funny.
god,
Too.
Warburton's incredible,
He's
dude.
so good.
He's like a legendary voice actor.
Like, you couldn't put anyone in this and be like, oh, yeah, that's still funny. The dialogue's great, don't get me wrong, but the way he delivers it and his voice is just so great.
Like the chipmunk voice alone, when he's talking chipmunk with his like the baritone squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
and squeak.
Pacha's wife is definitely a keeper. She's a ride or die
I
chick.
definitely
Yeah.
feel like she's like Melissa Tomei in Spider-Man Homecoming. You're like, where the fuck did you come from? You're 50, but you still got it going on.
Yeah.
She's probably a chick that definitely wasn't a virgin when he met her. She's probably had sex with the whole offensive line of Utopia's state football team, but
He was
That's
on
behind her.
vacation, dude.
that's all behind her now.
It was a
She's
fun
like-
weekend. What, you fucked them all
One
in
guy
one
woman.
weekend? I wonder the second one, what... I'm kind of curious to see it now because if it takes place after this, which I'm not 100% sure it does chronologically, maybe it does take place before.
I can't remember how this ends, like what happens to Kronk, so.
I do. I keep getting ahead of myself, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, if this is annoying, but things remind me of things. When they get back to the dungeon, Kronk even points out, like, yeah, statistically, it makes no sense how we beat you back here. And he pulls out the map. And they chart their paths. He's like, whatever. Well, I
Let's
had
not
a
wait till next
He's
family
such a
reunion.
nice guy.
She actually was like, Kronk, you can come over for dinner anytime.
But you're cooking.
Let's not wait till the next
It's
family.
like, haha, yeah, that's the deal. Kronk's just like blowing hard. I'm surprised he didn't have a Fitbit on. I've done 2,000 steps today.
And it's only 11 a.m. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, this part's great when they get back.
When they go back into the secret lab, and is it Poncho's and Yzma's like lab outfit?
I think so. Yeah, because like the roller coaster cart automatically puts him in it.
God, this is great.
They just fucking
That's cheap.
paraglide
He
across.
just throws on his goggles. Fuck it, we'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay, do cartoons do the one cloud rainstorm over the character
hope
for
so,
either? Because
because-
that's fucking
Yeah.
great too.
If kids grow up without knowing that, that's a damn shame. Because that was a part of our fucking childhood.
Oh yeah.
No joke. Every time it's raining and I'm driving to work, I'm like, is this fucking cloud only over me, or is
Yeah,
everybody
it's just like
seeing
one
this shit?
cloud over me. to
Also,
fuck
is
up
that
my
alligator,
life.
like, is he going to have his contract renewed? Because he's not doing his job. The gloves on Kuzco are pretty fucking funny.
Lions,
You
Love-
tigers,
was
and
supposed
bears.
to be like, dude, I'd rather be a lion than a llama. Just give me that one.
Yeah, that's fine. This is where Kronk points out it is a huge plot hole. But we had to somehow get us back. How did we get back, Kronk?
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
And he has the map. He's like, yeah, no, you're right at home. But we just, for the sake of the end of the movie, needed us to be in this lab.
Yeah, we have kids and drunk people that are losing attention. We just got to keep this shit going.
Disney's never done a movie like this before.
I know.
Think they still have.
It's definitely in a category. It's a one of its own, one of a kind. It's
In
a
breaking the
category by
fourth
itself.
wall, they basically just tear apart their story.
The meta humor in this, it's weird that I don't want to say this is like the black sheep of Disney, but like this is never talked about at
No,
all.
and even like when you go to like Disneyland or Disney World, you don't see Emperor's New Groove literally anywhere. Like you see fucking Princess and the Frog more than you see this. And that movie kind of sucked in my opinion. And that bitch is a fucking princess.
Yeah, why does this get no love? It makes no sense to me. This is where she goes too far.
It's fucking angel and devil. Ouch.
And they're like even on the same
I
side.
never
She's
liked
kind
your spinach puffs. Never.
That's too far. She's going down.
I never liked your spinach puff.
I want a spinach puff so fucking bad right now. I don't even know exactly
does
what
sound
it
fun.
is.
It's like a puff pastry with like spinach and cheese.
Spinach and probably cheese in the center that's like deep fat fried or something.
So it's like a spinach artichoke dip
Probably, yeah.
that's like wrapped in some sort of bread and deep fried. Yeah, I'm all
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
probably
shit.
like
Yeah,
a
minus the artichoke.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Great
So
work,
Kronk
Kronk.
just went down, so I don't know. I don't remember what happens after this, but he must survive. I'm guessing it happens after Jeff. I'm guessing.
What?
The second movie.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, I can't remember what happens to Yzma at the end of this. My favorite line in the whole movie is about to come up, which is crazy that it's not said by Kronk. They're just, like, throwing shit at people. Ponchos are great for, like, scooping a bunch of shit up. That's really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes. No, we're good. Even the octopus is like, it's 3:30. I can finish the day.
There's a difference in not feeling well and actually being sick.
I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home? So what does he say to his wife when he gets home?
It's a really long day at work. I don't want to talk about it.
What's for dinner?
Yeah.
That's probably exactly
Is there
what he
cold
says.
beer? Is there cold beer in the fridge?
This is just like kind of them emptying the quiver of arrows of all the ideas.
Great.
Like,
Great chase scene banner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
the cool element of him turning into a bunch of different animals is nice.
Yeah.
Back into a llama.
Llama again.
Hey! Oh wait, I don't actually want that. My subtitles when they drained the water said blorp. Which is a great fucking word. Nobody lives forever. Usually not the best way to start an attack. Yzma, this is on coaching, right? I mean, she's putting him in not in spots to succeed.
Well, she lost Kronk to free agency or where the fuck he went.
Yeah, but you knew he was going to get paid. I mean,
that's her muscle.
Yzma takes one of these, and her voice gets really funny.
Didn't she become a snake or
A
something?
cat. Yeah. That's my voice. Process of elimination, that's got to be it. Look at the grip strength. He should do American Ninja Warrior. This is like, I have subtitles on, but her voice is hilarious.
Geiger, we're doing it. We're just watching the movie.
I hate when they're like, okay, do you want to save the chick you've been fucking or your best friend? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to save them both.
That's literally the end of Batman Forever. Check out our Batman Forever movie commentary.
I don't remember.
Which we'd all save Dr. Chase Meridian. That's
of course.
stupid.
Wouldn't even think Chris O'Donnell can die a fiery
Read a
death.
comic. He has 3 more fucking Robins.
Yeah, next. And you're better as Nightwing anyway.
Yeah, Chris Drake, Jason Todd, Damian. Like, he has a bunch of Robins coming. But you only have 1 Chase Meridian.
Anyone that shows up to a crime scene with lingerie on has my attention.
God, that's awesome. It's like, oh, was there a crime? I just woke up and heard it. Like, but you still could have changed. I mean, we're not like...
It's fine. I'll talk to her privately about that. Okay, that just shows you Kuzco's learned. You know, he's grown. He's developed. Oh, this scene's fucking... Again, Geiger, to your point, this is Disney, like, tongue-in-cheek. Like, this line about the trampoline that's coming up. We did not order a giant trampoline. Like, it's just plot convenience. But they know it. This is like almost Deadpool-style meta-humor.
It really is. Honestly, I was thinking... I almost said this earlier, but I didn't. This movie was almost ahead of its time.
It really was. So there's 2 ways you can go about jokes like this. You can treat the audience like they're kind of stupid and don't acknowledge them, or you can treat the audience like they're geniuses and respect them and bring up all the clear inherent flaws in the plot. And then they're 10 times funnier because then they're in it with you, you know?
Banner, I'm fucking Kronk. Banner, I want to try to do this with you where we like go back to back and like walk our way up a wall.
I actually... My front door is the perfect spot to try that.
Oh my god, it actually is.
It is.
Okay, let's try it next time I'm over there.
All right, it's a date.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Absolutely.
No, 100%.
We can lay. Do you have like an air match or something we can blow up and just like lay on the bottom?
It'll be fine. We'll just drink enough alcohol that we won't feel it till the morning.
Yeah, then the next day you're like, I definitely fucking broke something.
It's too late now, though. It's already set.
This old guy, dude, I bet you he used to love like heavy metal.
Yeah, he got it back in the day.
So Kronk just basically opened up the window, so he's still alive if that's where we leave him at. I can't remember if that's his last scene or not.
Yeah, I want to say he shows up like he's a aide to Kuzco or something.
Guys like Kronk will land on their feet. I don't know if Yzma is still a cat or if she got turned back to be kind of funny if she's a cat in the sequel. It's too bad he's moving. If I'm Pacha, I'd be like, look, dude, I love to party. Fucking tear down my house. Build Kuzcotopia there.
Me and my wife, I've been kind of looking out, a way out of me and my wife's relationship anyway, and I think this is the perfect thing.
Yeah,
so.
It makes it not my fault, though.
And best thing is she's even going to keep the kids. Kuzco's like, that's the best thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's moving in with her
fuck
sister.
pad on the top of Kuzcotopia, and
You know what I'm
said there's
saying?
going to be a lot of single chicks there. It sounds like an awesome plan.
Right? That'll be perfect. And I'm not at all going to come off as desperate.
One
Plus,
of the
I have this...
best ideas I've had is a Jersey Shore-style Kuzcotopia reality show.
So 2 great spin-offs from this movie are that and then the Kronk's cooking show. I would watch the fuck out of both of those.
Back to back on MTV.
Kuzcotopia Spring Break might be one of the greatest fucking movies
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
has done yet.
And the Kappa Kappa Thetas from Georgia are there. Carson Daly's there. There's the new baby. He's just in a backpack. Yeah, now that she's not pregnant, let's get her in a 2-piece.
Oh, yeah, this is Kronk's last scene.
Here you go.
So this is probably how the second one starts, right? He's teaching chipmunk class.
I'm guessing like Cub Scouts.
Okay, so Yzma is still a cat and has to take his class. This is probably part of her community service, right?
Fuck.
That's great, dude.
Guys, that was Emperor's New Groove. I'll go out and say it. Top 5 Disney movie.
Whoa!
Wow.
No.
I'll say
By the
it.
way,
know
what did
about that.
Netflix recommend next for all you guys? For me, it said The Great British Baking Show.
Yeah, me
Mine is
too.
Boss Baby 2 Back in Business. There's a second one of those.
What
Hey,
the fuck? How
don't
quick do they act?
don't
DreamWorks is desperate.
don't knock the first Boss Baby though. It's actually pretty funny. I
Why is there
wanted
a
to
second
hate
one
it.
already?
I don't know. I wanted to hate the
It's
first one.
okay.
Yeah, Kronk's New Groove pops up.
Boss Baby, the first scene is actually really funny.
Guys, that was Emperor's New Groove. Horns, any last thoughts?
I mean, here's what I'll say. Top 5 Disney movie? No, that's an impossible list to crack. But Kronk, probably top 5 Disney character, which is equally as impressive, I think.
Geiger.
I think it's a top 10 Disney movie, not a top 5.
Even there, man. If you actually sat down and wrote out the list, you'd be like, fuck, I got to bump
I know,
one of
it's
these.
like Peter Pan's on that, Jungle Book, Sword in the Stone,
Little Mermaid.
Are we counting live action Disney movies too?
Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast.
No, I'm saying
Lion
just
King,
animated,
Aladdin.
and I exclude
I
Pixar.
don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
This is
if
really
you
good,
exclude
though.
Pixar, then yeah.
I would say, giving my age, is a top 10 Disney movie because it actually makes me laugh.
Oh,
It's
fucking
humorous
so
right
good.
down our alley.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we've been the Bro Force Squad podcast. You guys can check us out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, and iTunes. Go ahead and subscribe there too. We are also on our website www.broforcesquad.com.
Just one dot.
Just one dot, not the double dots. Just a single dot. .com. Spotify, I think we're on there, right?
You are, yeah. Are you gonna mention Letterboxd at all, or am I just fucking out here working for nothing?
Nah, you can talk about that shit if you want.
Jesse from Fast and Furious. Yes, that
Shit. What I miss? Pretty much, if you Google Bro Force Squad podcast, guys, you guys are gonna find us. We really appreciate you guys listening in for the mayor himself and our enforcer in the paint. I am the mad scientist. We will catch you guys at Kuzcotopia.
So how do you say you owe me a new acorn?
Squeak, squeakin', squeak, squeakers.
Close enough, yeah.